Kombat AllStar, and today we're going to be talking about Space Ghost. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about Space Ghost is because I wanted to get back into comics. I haven't talked about comics in a long time, and it's one of my most favorite things to do, aside from beat up John Cena. I'm just joking. So, I love comics, but I haven't talked about it in a long time, so I wanted to get at you guys and talk to you about some comics. Space Ghost, as my generation knows him, from the Coast to Coast cartoons to come on Cartoon Network and Adult Swim, which was amazing. If you haven't seen Space Ghost Coast to Coast, it's awesome. Basically, he's a superhero retired that is forcing all of his enemies, all of his supervillains to work for him on this talk show, like Jay Leno type of talk show, but it's pretty cool, late night talk show. Before that, he was doing a lot of things, cartoons, Hanna-Barbera stuff, talking to him like he's a real person. He feels real to me. He feels real to me. So, DC just released origin story on Space Ghost, and it's just awesome. I want to talk primarily about that. I read it and I thought it was amazing. The reason why I'm bringing this up now is because they're doing a Space Ghost Green Lantern crossover in the very near future that I want you guys to pick up. Support Space Ghost. He's awesome. So if you guys didn't know about him, if you didn't pick up the comic, go pick it up. But I'll kind of summarize it here and then give you my thoughts on it like I usually do. So Space Ghost is basically from another planet. He's not from Earth. Can't remember the name of the other planet. I don't think they really mentioned it. Maybe they mentioned it a couple times, but I must have missed it. So he's from another planet, and he's basically a cop. He's like Judge Dredd, Judge, Jury, Executioner, goes to the streets, clear up the streets, yada yada. The comic picks up in his origin story where he just got promoted to the Wrath, which is like a special ops team for their government. So he gets promoted to that team. His wife is pregnant. They're about to have a little boy. So it's kind of a transition in this character's life, or in Space Ghost's life, before he was Space Ghost. Thaddeus back. I'll just call him Thaddeus. So in Thaddeus' life, this is a transition for him. He goes, making more money. Him and his wife are excited, blah, blah, blah. Then he finds out that the Wrath, they don't abide by the law. So he's very honest, he's a good man, he's all about the law, and they get him in, they're doing these crooked things to the ends justify the means kind of thing. So he's in it, he kind of loses his mind, he wants out. The Wrath gives him some time to cool off. During that time, he's talking about escaping and telling his wife what's going on. And at this point, it's basically your typical action movie, like Steven Seagal action movie, or any of those great action movies from back in the day. He ends up, they track him down, they kill him, they kill his family, and then he comes back for revenge. Now, when he does this, it's on another planet that's a dead planet, a ghost planet, and he's picked up by a guy that destroyed that planet, incidentally, and he's kind of just suffering there, like, you know what, I deserve this. This is, my punishment. Now I got this guy to talk to. They talk, months go by, and he shows them all this cool tech. So the Space Ghost, as we know him, the power bands, the mask, the whole nine, and he ends up going back initially to take revenge for the guys that basically spit on the law and killed him and his family supposedly. So he goes back, takes revenge. While he's doing that, there's an alien invasion, Zorak. These mythical bugs that go to planet to planet, just destroy everything. So his wife comes to him in like a premonition kind of dream. She wants him to do the right thing, not worry about revenge. He does this whole 180, ends up saving the planet, saving these two little orphans in the meantime, Jane and Jace. And that's basically Space Ghost. That was his origin story. Now, the thing I like most about this, it's a good man fighting to be good. And like all of us, we all lose our way, and so he's going and he's really fighting to stay a good person, to stay with his values and all about the law and stuff. And I love space, and it's just epic. It just, to me, it's like Star Wars or Star Trek meets Superman, which is great. So if you haven't picked up this comic, go check it out. Let me know what you think about this story. It is an amazing story. I am so stoked for Green Lantern and Space Ghost. As of right now, they haven't announced anything. Maybe by the time this is put up, they will. I'll leave info in the description below, so you guys can check out the new comics coming out. I'll also give you a link to the comic that I was just talking about. I didn't give any details away that are crazy, so maybe you guys can still enjoy it. But like I say, like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, me and Thad are saying so long. So cute.